everybody, and welcome back to the Totally Unstructured podcast, where there's no script, there's no structure, it's totally...
Unstructured.
He fucking did it! Third time's a charm. I was so excited. Yes, I was halfway between. I was like, he's either going to do it, and I'm going to be poggers excited, or he's just going to be like, you know what? No, I refuse. Every time you do this, I'm just going to refuse to say anything.
It's going to be a coin flip now.
You know what? That's fair. It's kind of like, there's a channel, I don't know if you know it at all, called Linus Tech Tips. He's a very, very big tech channel. All right, well, he runs a bunch of different channels. One of them is called, oh God, what is it called? Tech Linked, where they release a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's just about like news that happened in the tech world. And they have like the big news at the start of the video, and then they have their sponsorship. And then after that, they have what are called quick bits. It's quick bits of information about stuff that happened in the tech world. And the host for it, his name's Riley, and anytime he comes up, he does like some funny thing about quick bits, like the quick bits are onto us. They're coming for you. Be ready. And then you go into the quick bits stuff, or if he comes, I was like, hey, you ever heard about the daily intake of breakfast cereal? Oh, it's called quick bits. And then they just go into the quick bits stuff. So they always make like a fun thing about that it's time for quick bits. But Linus, the actual owner of the channel, anytime he's on the video, he never says it. He refused to say quick bits, so he'll go quackbots, or he'll say like it's time for the tip tips, or he just refuses to say quick bits because it's something Riley came up with, and then Linus is just like, sure, but he won't say it because it's Riley's thing. Sometimes he'll just go, and now it's time for the quick bit. I fucking said it, and it's, you know what? This kind of same thing here, where it's totally unstructured, and you can either just be like, no, I refuse.
It depends on the day.
Fair enough. It depends on the day. Well,
and it's always a Monday, so therefore, no.
It is always a Monday until we inevitably change the timing of this stream. We hate Mondays. All right, we're Garfield here. And speaking of Garfield, hello, Lord Ghost Cat. How you doing? Thanks for coming down to the stream.
Godric the Garfted.
Oh my God. Godric the Garfted. I hate it here. Oh my God. I can see the fan art now. Yikes.
I mean, it was in the Maxor video.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what he kept calling him. That's why he kept going about all the lasagna.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And I love that skit.
God, I remember that.
Funny.
Yeah. It took me a second. Also, you're gonna be hated to know. So initially, I did start watching that video at 2x speed.
Oh God.
And I got about 30 seconds in before I went, you know what? I think this is the first time ever
somebody's going fast enough.
I'm gonna need to slow this down.
There's a lot going on in those.
So I slowed it down to 1.5.
Oh God.
About halfway through, I was like, I can speed this back up, and I went back to 2x speed and watched the rest of it. So,
motherfucker.
Have you ever tried to watch one of his videos at 2x speed?
No, and I don't want to.
I'm certain his videos already as is a trip and a half. You watch this shit at 2x speed, brother. Woohoo! You are fucking flying down a triple black diamond with no ski poles, just skis. It is insane. But to be fair, though, I did watch another one of his videos, the Genshin Impact one, and I was like, you know what? This one, I'm going to watch it as intended. Watched it at regular speed. And then I went back and I watched it at 2x speed to see which one I prefer, because I've never come to a channel before where I'm like, where do I want to, like, which speed do I prefer watching this content in? Because literally every channel I watch now, I just watch at 2x speed because that's just what I'm used to now. There's a very finite amount of channels where if they release something big,
one of them.
If they release something big and important and like they spent a lot of time on this and it's a huge project, then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch this the way they want it to be consumed, because it's not one of the just like you're meeting your quota, your daily video kind of stuff. It's just like whatever. It's something they put a lot of work into that I will watch at their regular speed. Like less than 1% of my subscriptions are like that. Everything else just 2x speed. And then I got to Maxar and I went, okay, Challenger is approaching.
I need to rethink how I function.
Woo-hoo-hoo. But after watching several of his videos, sorry to say, I watch them at 2x speed.
Oh
However,
my God.
it's kind of a double-edged sword, because a couple of times something will just zip past my screen and I go, wait, and I rewind a couple seconds and I watch it again. Got it. And then I keep going. I could fix that problem by just slowing down the speed, but I don't. I just go for it. So I will say there is one channel, which oh God, I love this person so much. They're incredible. They make fantastic videos. They make a lot of videos about like manga and anime that you might actually enjoy. They're called Super Eyepatch Wolf. Fantastic creator from Ireland. Amazing stuff. All his videos are like always over an hour, or like minimum 40 minutes.
Jesus.
They're big, high quality videos. And his videos, when I first started watching them, I was like, this man puts so much effort into these videos. I'm going to watch them at regular speed. I would love to watch his videos at regular speed, but I'm going to tell you two reasons I can't. One, his videos are always over an hour, and they take so much time. I ain't got that much time. I do so much shit already. And two, listen, John, Mr. Eyepatch Wolf, you're never going to see this. I understand, but it's okay. But I'm going to tell you anyways. you talk so slow. Just your normal cadence of speaking is so slow. 2 times speed feels like I'm talking to him in person. It's so slow. Let me pull up one of his videos just to demonstrate here, and I'll make sure it's not in 2 times speed. But just the speed of he talks, I understand why he does it because it goes with the flow of the video. But just goddamn, it's so slow. So
You're also an outlier there, friend.
in terms of what?
In terms of speed.
Okay, yes,
boosts.
I guess so. Sure, but nonetheless, I can't. Here. So yeah, Super Eye Patch Wolf. So he does all kinds of different videos. You don't want Chainsaw Man, his favorite things. Nathan Fielder. This one's Influencer courses are garbage. Fantastic. He does all kinds of great stuff. But let me just show you one of his videos here, and then you can just see the speed. This one's great. Why you should still read Berserk. It's almost 2 hours long.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's fantastic. And this one's also almost 2 hours long. Like, you can see, like, an hour, almost 2 hours, almost 2 hours, an hour. They're fantastic, but they're all incredibly good. So let's start with one of these and just see how slow he talks. We're going to not go too fast over here because I want to avoid fucking copyright strikes and shit.
Berserk
Oh, hold on. Am I at 2 times speed? Nope, I'm at regular speed. Okay.
began in 1989 in Monthly Animal House magazine, written and illustrated by Kentaro Miura, a man as talented as he was handsome. Berserk's first page showed its main character Guts
It feels
relations with a woman
I understand.
before she transforms into a horrifying demon.
It's like it's okay, but it's just the cadence is a little slow.
It's probably because English is not his first language.
Well, he's out in Ireland. They speak. I mean, Irish is still English, my guy.
No, there's other languages in there.
In Ireland?
Probably.
I mean, if you want to go full-blown Irish, it's still English, but I mean, not really. It depends. But then also just to compare those first 20 seconds at 2 times speed, okay?
Oh, God.
Just for comparison. This is how I normally
Oh,
watch his
God.
videos and like 99% of my
hate it,
other
aren't I?
videos.
Berserk began in 1989 in Monthly Animal House magazine, written and illustrated by Kentaro Miura, a man as talented as he was handsome. Berserk's first page showed its main character Guts having relations with a woman before she transforms into a horrifying demon thing.
But that's still fully understandable. And it's understandable because his
Yes.
regular cadence is slow. So,
Put on Maxor now at 2 times speed.
you know what? Fine. Fucking bet. Let's go. Let's do it. You think I won't? Here we go. Maxor, get your ass in here, buddy. Let's see you at 2 times speed. What video are we going to get? Let's grab
Elden Ring.
Yeah, let's just grab
Did not play this video in the dark.
All right.
Oh
Is it
my-
already at 2 times speed? Yep, it is.
Yes.
All right, here we go. So let's just watch a couple seconds of this.
God.
Do not play this video in the dark. It is very scary. The lands between. So beautiful, so tranquil. Until I showed up. Welcome back, everyone, to Elden Ring, one of the games of all time, featuring deep roleplay mechanics, rhythm combat, cool math games, heavy vehicles, and probably a story.
I can
so
stand it
entire
just
YouTube channel
fine.
is just to tell you about it. I do not know much about the lore, but I do know one thing. Melina is definitely blazing you up.
I mean, the editing's a lot.
On a quest to destroy the cast of Percy
so
Jackson, but do not worry,
much.
that is only
I'm
just begun.
so
And if you somehow haven't
sad.
seen the first part, then that's fine. I have also seen JoJo. So with the Elden Ring shattered and scattered of America's inbred dipshits, it's time to tear our way through enemies of plenty, attempt to find out Periphery, almost impossible, and test the true strength of my hardware.
But you cannot tell me that you cannot understand what he's saying.
Half of it? No.
I'm so used to it. All right, well,
Fucking Christ.
I'm so used to it. Granted, and yes, I will let you be. Like a lot of his edits, I completely miss, especially like small ones that'll come in at like the edge of the screens. I'll miss some of those, but overall, though, I still get the idea
Also,
of the video
get
across.
fucked. I'm right.
All right, hold on. Let's get back up with chat here. So, hello, Nermus. Hello, Evie. Hello, Lord Ghost Cat. Hello, Ethereal Lashy. I read the Merp and sex. No, thank you. I made my quota, churro. What? Okay. Ethereal Lashy. Hello, I'm here. Hello, Torsten. Oh, honey, Irish is a language. Ta tu shomo ba. Whatever the fuck. Irish. I don't believe you. I feel
Go
like
on to Google Translate and go.
Fine, we'll do it. Let's see what this says. It's probably just saying like Torsten's a dummy or something. That's, just
I mean,
because
considering
that's
it's coming from Ashy, probably.
let's see here. Irish to English, and then Google's gonna be like, Irish is English, dumbass. All right, let's see here. Boink. I'm gonna switch the screen here just to show what's here. There you go, chat.
Quality content.
Then why in the fuck did any time you are talking to an Irish person, you see someone talking in Ireland, they always speak English? Why is that then?
Because it's on television?
No, but just like in regular like Irish television and regular like shows that are based in Ireland for the Irish people, it's always English.
No.
Always?
How would you know? Are you an Irish person?
But
Do you live in Ireland?
Okay, no, but I also...
Do you get Irish TV shows?
No, but I also don't live in Japan, but they still speak Japanese there, and you can't understand it.
They can.
Sure, but okay, there is... Whatever. Because tourists. That would mean that there are more tourists in Ireland than there are native Irish people.
I believe
if that's
it.
the case.
I'd believe it.
I don't think Ireland is that big of a tourist location compared to some other countries.
It's right beside Britain.
Yeah, but Britain is also not a... I mean, there are certain towns...
There's lots of tourists in Britain.
I would say certain towns...
AKA Britons.
I would say certain towns and cities, yeah. Like, if you want to go to London or Brighton or, like, any of those places, then yes, that's a tourist trap. But when you go to, like, the outskirts of the Britain and you go to, like, all the other smaller areas, it doesn't really become a tourist area anymore because nobody's going out to the farms and sheep areas of Britain. It's just not a place.
That makes more sense.
Nirma says, people can speak more than one language. I disagree. As someone who speaks 2 languages, that's a lie. Evie says, because of ethnic cleansing, the language isn't as widely spoken as you'd expect it to be. Okay, so Irish is basically Latin, is what we're saying. What?
It's more akin to probably some Native American languages.
Okay, well...
AKA cleansing, AKA
yes,
lots of bullshit.
I see where we're going here.
Yeah, bad stuff.
I understand we're going from this point. Speaking of that, actually, I saw a recent TikTok today with you probably don't know who this person is, but there's an Irish Irish Twitch streamer named Minx. Do you know who Minx is? Okay, Minx is an interesting person. I'm going to say that much. She's a very interesting person. It's very unhinged. She's had a lot of really bad shit happen to her. She had her house broken into. She almost lost one of her cats. She got dropped by her org because of all the stuff that was happening to her, and they were like, "It's a bad image for us." It's just all kinds of shit's going. Yeah, she's not doing super well. However, she's an Irish content creator. You could tell the moment she opens her mouth, you're like, "Holy shit, you are Irish!" Like unbelievably Irish. Oh my god. So, because of the whole thing with Ireland and Britain, you know, that whole ordeal. So she revealed that her last month on Twitch, she made just over $8,000 from Twitch as a paycheck for the month.
Not bad.
That's pretty decent.
You take that.
However,
it got
taxed 3 ways. Twitch takes their 50% cut because that's how Twitch works, and then she had to pay taxes to both the British government and the Irish government. So she ended up more
like 3.
Her gross pay was way bigger. 60% of her gross pay went to taxes. She only got 40% of her gross pay. 60% went to taxes. And I'm watching this and I'm like, how on earth are you living somewhere where you have to pay 60% of your revenue in taxes? Listen, I'm not a big politics guy. I really don't care for politics. But if you are paying more than 30% of your income in taxes, there is something wrong. Let alone 50, and she's paying 60% of her income in taxes because she is an Irish Twitch streamer. Fucking blew my mind. It was insane. So, I compared to, like, I don't know what, like, my tax or anything on like a content creator in Canada because I'm not that big yet.
Pepe hands.
Hey, you know what? We're going to talk about monetization in a moment because I am super excited and also super nervous. We'll get to that in a moment. But I was just
super nervous.
Yeah, I'm super nervous. I'm nervous, but super sane. Yeah. Anyways.
If you're super nervous, you're not sane.
Hey, you know what? Fair point. Sorry, nervous. Nervous, and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
No, he's cool with it, right?
Oh yeah, probably. Boom, 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 as we wait for Nervous to type in chat. Meanwhile, podcast listeners are like, "I don't care about any of this. I don't see the Twitch chat. I don't even see her faces."
Well, you can change that
That's
by
true.
joining us on...
Bingo. There you go. Look at that. Jackson's the one doing the fucking segue here. You can join us by watching us on YouTube. That's right. We're no longer on Twitch. You can watch us on our YouTube live streams every second Monday right here at the Totally Unstructured podcast here on YouTube. And if you don't see any of our past broadcasts, that's okay because unlike Twitch, these are all saved forever. And even if I forget to download it and re-upload it like I usually did with the last time, and that's made like 8 fucking podcasts that still haven't come up to YouTube, it's fine because it's saved here forever after the live stream is over, so you don't have to worry about me not uploading it. Life's good. Anyways, Nervous says, we all know I'm crazy. There you go. See, problem solved. You were right. He's fine with it.
I know I'm right.
Okay, hold on. Shh, chill. So.
I know my boy.
Fair enough. Speaking of boys, let's talk about this boy. So, for those of you unaware, I recently got into the YouTube Partner Program after, I would say, solidly trying to for about 3 years. Because I've had the YouTube channel for a long time.
It's an oldie.
Yeah, I've had it for quite some time. Ever since I was in like early high school, when I was uploading like those old music videos, is when I had that YouTube channel. But back then it was also called Torsten619, not even WinglessValkyrie.
Nice.
So yeah, good old days. But I was like always kind of like, I would love to make money from YouTube and do this as a career kind of thing. But I never really
dove into
it. Was like, okay, let's stop just being like, I want to do this, and realize like, how do I do this? Because that's
a big difference.
It's a massive difference, and I would say there's different tiers to this, and I'll talk to this later, but the way I view people who want to become content creators, I see them in 4 separate groups. And the first category is people who are like, I want to become a YouTuber, and it stops there. I would say that is the vast majority of people, because when, like, there's a funny matrix that every time this comes up, and there was a big survey done, and this survey comes out year after year where they ask a bunch of, like, people who are people who are not yet adults, what they want to be, what's their life goal. And the most recent survey, people in their most desired goal, over 70% of children want to become a YouTuber, specifically a vlogger. That is their number one aspiration. And you know what's hilarious, though? You look at China's metric, over 85% of them want to become astronauts.
Damn.
So, however, there is a giant asterisk here, because China is very, very specific on what type of content is served to not just children, but its entire population. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's super cool that most of them want to become astronauts. But how many of them are only seeing that type of content and are feeding strictly that type of information from the higher up governments and everything? And like, you can get into
lots of propaganda.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Lots.
Yeah. So, and yes, you could get into like conspiracies about that kind of shit, but they
exist.
Yeah.
We're not gonna bother.
Yeah, because you have to look at this with an open mind. If you look at the entire world, like, population of children under the age of 18 and what they want to do, it is only China where it's like 85% astronauts. The rest of them make more logical sense. So, like, yeah, you can put on your tinfoil hats and be like, they're only serving this kind of content and that's all they're doing. But it's like, some of it has to be true, because look at everywhere else, and it just doesn't make sense. And also, like, in China, there's no Facebook, there's no YouTube. They have their own versions of it. And those own versions are government owned, so you can bet your ass what kind of content and algorithm stuff is being pushed. So, there's got to be truth to it. But nonetheless, most people live in the first section where I want to become a content creator. And it stops there. They never upload anything. They never actually film anything or do anything. They just, I want to be this, but they never do it. And the same thing for like rock stars and pop stars. I want to make music, but they never write a song. They never learn an instrument. They never take singing lessons. They never do it. It's just, it lives up here, but they never put it out there. But the second after that is people who go, I want to be a YouTuber, be a pop star, and they start filming. They start actually learning, and they actually take the first steps into it. And I would say
upload something.
They actually upload something, and I would say that was the progress that I was in for the longest time back in middle school. Was like, I want to do this, and I actually did it.
But not enough.
But not enough, and I also didn't really learn about it.
Things.
Yes, I was all over the place. I started with doing music videos to songs that either did have music videos, or I just wanted to make music videos for them in general, just for the sake of it. And then after that, then it switched over to like mainly my own music stuff. I'd say primarily when I got here to Kelowna, then I started uploading original songs and just singing cover songs and stuff like that. So it was still music, but it was more so just my type of music instead of making music videos. And then it switched to vlogging and just kind of like daily talks about what's going on in my life, and I'm doing acting stuff and just kind of going with that. And then the most recent shift when I went into fantasy content, primarily Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and Warhammer, and went, okay,
you've heard it all before.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, let's do this, and let's actually like properly do this now. This is the type of content I want to do. I don't really want to do vlogging stuff. My life's not that interesting. My life's not interesting, and I'm not going to pretend it's more interesting for the sake of videos. I don't want to do that. So let's just make something that I know I could talk about for hours and never get bored of making that type of content, because it's a very important thing. Because a lot of people will be like, I want to make content to get rich fast and quick, and then you make viral content and such, and it's like, okay, cool. Maybe you do eventually. However, you hit the peak and you don't really get any further because maybe you don't want to make that type of content all the time, and you're not motivated, and your audience will know. And so it's like, it's fast growth, but then it So you need to make sustainable stuff that you can talk about all the time. Speaking of sustainable, I don't know if it's sustainable at all, but hello, Tiamat.
Ashley wanted to see it.
I see. Oh, Ethereal Ashley, did you get the Tiamat plush? Can I see? Thank you, Jackson. Yes, I did in fact get the Tiamat plush. Quantum got them in. Quantum was like, we have 5. We're probably not getting them anymore. So I went, give me one. So I grabbed one. So yes, that Tiamat plush is now lives in the background of my live streams and everything, and just puts it back there because I thought it was fun. So anyway, so but anywho, so yeah, you have phase 2 where people are like want to do this and they do make content for it, but they're not like super invested in it. They're just kind of like but they are doing something. Phase 3. Oh God, how's phase 3? I can't remember. I had 4 phases to this now, and I can't remember.
One, you're making a lot and you're not making money, and then there's one where you're still doing it and you're making money.
In a way, yes, that does that jogs my memory a bit of how I looked at it. So it was like phase 1 is thinking about it but not doing anything about it. Phase 2 is thinking about it and doing stuff about it but not super successfully or in any kind of regard. Phase 3 is when you finally achieve some form of success, not like pinnacle success, but you're getting views, you're getting notified, you're getting comments. Like there is some form of comeback from what you're putting out there. And it's like, okay, this is actually a cycle now. I put out this and I get this in return, and you can somewhat replicate that time and time again. But you can't do it super well or keep it consistent. So you either end up quitting overall, or you just kind of falter and it just kind of stays in the wayside. It falls by the wayside, or you keep doing this, but you don't innovate, you don't challenge, you don't really look at like what can I do better or anything. You're just like, okay, I got this, and you just keep doing that over and over and over again. And then 4th, top of the tier, I would say, is people who do all of that, but they realize what they can do to always keep it better, keep the line going up, make more income, make better quality content, get more viewers, and they actually look at it and do it very, very well. There's people at tier 4. I lived at tier 2 for such a long time, and then about 3 years ago, when I switched to fantasy content, I was like, let's actually figure out how to do this. What makes a good thumbnail? What makes a good video? How does the algorithm respond? And the biggest thing I could say for any content creator out there is the number one thing that everybody really needs to switch their mind about. It is not an algorithm problem. Any video that says like the algorithm doesn't like me or like the algorithm hasn't chosen me, it's like you don't understand what's going on because you are putting your problems onto something else, so it's not your fault. Switch the word algorithm with audience. It fixes everything. It's not an algorithm.
So we're blaming you, by the way.
Well, no. But it's okay. I understand how that means, but that's not what I mean by that. That's not what I mean by that. I don't mean we're blaming you, but I mean it's like if you make a video and it flops and you say, it's not my fault, the algorithm just didn't like that video. That's not it. Your audience didn't like the video. And if you make stuff and it's like, I think this is super interesting, so I'm going to talk about it, and then nobody watches it, it didn't get picked up by the algorithm. No, it's because nobody wanted to watch it. Oh God, they're bringing that back. Fuck.
What?
Hashtag blame Tor. That was from years ago.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Oh yeah, this was back on Twitch stream, and I think something went wrong. It was just hashtag blame Tor.
Hey, we can bring that back. That sounds about right.
Let's not, okay? Let's rather not. Alex and I are going to start a riot. Hey, yo, stop. So,
please don't.
But anyway, so that's the 4 tours. 4 tours. Jesus Christ. That's the 4 tiers I see of like content creation, and I guess some other aspects you could also look at it, like Rockstar and Pops or whatever, TikTok star, whatever the fuck you want to put it. Those are the 4 things I kind of put at thinking about it, doing something with it, doing enough that it's okay, and then actually succeeding and evolving. That's how I look at most of like content creation fields. And I would put myself, I want to say I'm at tier 4, but
looking back, you want to put yourself a little bit lower so you have something to reach for.
Pretty much. And but it's a hard thing because
3.5.
Yeah, I would because I would like to say is like my videos that I've been making, and it's no secret to anybody. I've recently crossed 1,000 subscribers, and I've now gotten into the YouTube Partner Program. Hell yeah, super happy about that. Yes, very happy, very excited about that, and a lot of things have changed about that. But let's not kid ourselves here. The only reason I crossed over 1,000 subscribers and I've suddenly got a huge influx in views is because I started talking about the OGL. And that was a complete mistake. I made one video about the OGL talking about how this is a thing that Wizards is probably trying to do, and it may have a bit of an impact. It got decent views, and then they announced they were going to make a 1.1. We're that this 1.1 is going to be better. And I made a short 1-minute video about that. And I was like, okay, see, it's not so bad. They're making a new version. It's all good. And then the new version was leaked out, and it was like, wow, that shit is awful. So
and you were pissed.
Oh, I was fucking furious because initially it was like, I don't really want third-party content to go away. Please don't do that. That would be awful. And that was the video that I made. And then they came out with the tweet. It was like, we're making 1.1. We're not getting rid of the OGL. We're making a new version about it. And I was like, oh, excellent. Happy days all around. Fantastic.
Psych.
And then tons of people on that video had said that that it's not going to be happy days. They're probably trying to abolish it or do something like that, but they can't do that. They can't get rid of it because it's an open license, and once it's given, it can't be taken away. So everyone was like kind of dunking on me that they couldn't do that. And then it got leaked, and I went, I have to make a video about this now because my previous video was me being very happy and excited about a 1.1. I was very like, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be great. We need an updated version because the other version is like almost fucking 10 years old now. We need a new version. And then they released, or it was
attempted
leaked. Sorry, it was leaked. And I went, I have to make a video about this now because my other video shows that I'm for it. And I can't be seen as someone who's for this. So that was why I made that video talking about their greed and how this is a horrible thing. And that video just skyrocketed. And listen, as much as it is for people to dunk on people chasing trends or only doing something for views, or you're only doing this because it gets a lot of views. No shit. Like, if you only do something at work, if you only take certain jobs that give you a bigger paycheck at the end of the day, and people are like, you're only doing that because you get more out of it than your other stuff. Are you going to stop doing it? The genuine question. Exactly. Because in this industry, in content creation in general, especially like YouTube and Twitch and stuff, you kind of have to jump on trends. You have to go with what's getting attention right now. You have to. You don't always do it because then you become a news channel and an outrage channel, and I forbid myself from doing that. I'm not going to become fucking Drama Alert or any of that shit. I just don't care for it. But if something happens within your niche, within your industry, and there is an influx of people talking about it, you're kind of not doing yourself any favors by not also talking about it. So I initially did it because it was something I was very interested in talking about, but then as soon as it got so much attention and I talked about the greed video and that skyrocketed, and I was like, okay, and I said in that video that I wasn't going to make another video about the OGL until they actually released their full version of this, and that was it. And then
they caved pretty fucking quick.
And then they made the newest 1.2 and they opened up with that draft and everything, and I was just like, this has so much bullshit in it. If I make this video talking about it, it will get a lot of attention. It will get a lot of views, but there's also enough stuff about this OGL that I want to make a video on it anyways, because there's stuff in here that needs to be talked about. So it was a kind of mixture of it worked because there was content that I could also make, but it wasn't just to chase views. Because you can typically, when someone uploads a video that's just for views, you can usually tell. But if there's enough meat and substance in it, then it's like, okay, maybe, yeah, it's only because it's a trending topic and just because it's going to get views right now. But at least I, the viewer, get something out of watching this video. And I would like to think a lot of people did, because a lot of people left comments on there they liked my fucking horrendous Photoshop animation of the dude walking into the thing and ordering his fucking meal and whatnot. And then
that gave me Alpharad vibes.
I don't know. I recognize the name, but I can't remember who that is.
It's the one YouTuber that does Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
With Jaden.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's fair.
It's very similar.
Yeah. I can't say I got the idea from him, but
No.
I've seen other content creators that kind of just they screen record their computer while they have Photoshop open, and they just move the stuff around on Photoshop. So I was like, you know what? I've never done anything like that. I can see how it's done. Fuck it, let's try something else. And it was another way for me, yes, I'm making this video because it's a trending topic. I know it's going to get views, but I do have something important to say about it anyway, so I want to talk about it. And it gives me the chance to innovate, try something new in terms of editing style. And that's why I tried the Photoshop thing, just to mix things up and keep things interesting, and also for me to learn what I like to see on my channel, what I think is good. And in the next video that's coming out, my journey to Phyrexia, which is either going to come out either this week or next week, it will be before February 11th, before the set releases. But I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week. But in that one as well, I've done a little bit more innovation. I wouldn't call it animation. I'd call it dumb animation. You know what? We're going to show everybody here for a brief second. I'm going to pull up just a brief clip of my newest video coming up soon. And I will say this This is poor man's animation.
Poor man's
animation. It's not fantastic, but I play into that because if it's not good, if you're doing something and it doesn't look good and it's not great, it's a way to make it better. You make it funny. Exactly. If it's not
That's
good,
how I exist.
Yeah. Bingo. If you can't make something good and it's not going to work, don't try to make it better if you know you can't. Just make it funny. And that's what I did with this one. So let's go to that brief area here. That's something different there. So you can see all the stuff over there. That's the fucking poor man's animation. All this junk.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is the poor man's animation. So.
Oh, no. Here we go, boys.
Yeah, here we go indeed. So let's flip over to here. Welcome to my timeline.
If you're not part of the stream, you're missing out.
That's true. If you're not part of the stream, you're missing out. You're just going to get audio here. So let's go ahead and watch poor man's animation of this.
Look at those curls.
Yeah, I know. My hair is at the fucking awkward point where it's long enough that it bounces up, and it's not long enough that gravity will overtake it and pull the fucking shit down. So I just get this permanent fucking wave going on until the hair gets long enough.
Hockey hair.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what it is. So anyways, let's watch this brief second. Most of it won't make sense, but the funniness will hopefully come across still. Than I've ever been before. The year is 2009. I'd been an avid Yu-Gi-Oh player for most of my younger years. However, one by one, those friends I played Yu-Gi-Oh with began switching to a new game. One with better art, bigger text, and most importantly, far more people to play with. Now, I wasn't great at Magic, nor have I ever been a competitive player, but two of my friends were very good. I played against them constantly, and I lost far more often than I won. Although I was the lesser of my peers, I still understood the game's mechanics. Creatures attack opponents directly, allowing the defending player to choose what creatures of theirs block the incoming attacks, and once you reduce your opponent's health to 0, the game is over. Now, of course, there were and are other ways to win the game, but this was the most common way 13 years ago, and this was my way of playing the game. Little did I know that in October the following year, 2 new abilities would present themselves to me. Abilities that I couldn't help but think were designed just to aggravate me. Proliferate and Infect.
Aggravate?
Yes. Is it not aggravate?
Aggravate would be like piss you off.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Welcome to my journey to Phyrexia. You'll see.
Interesting. I was like, wait, you like this ability
now.
now.
Oh, no. Yeah, right now, today, I fucking love Infect. I love Proliferate. But back then, I fucking hated it. Here,
interesting.
You know what? Just for fun, I'll show you the brief intro to the video. The intro to the video is not super long. I'm going to be cutting out this part and redoing just this intro bit with the Chained Throat Seeker. This is just a placement idea, but I have a new idea that I'm going to film later. But anyways, I hated Infect. I thought it was the worst creature ability ever printed on a Magic card. A way for your opponent to kill you regardless of your health points was outrageous to me. Infect cards truly made me despise playing the game. But that was 13 years ago. Now Phyrexia is making its long-awaited return in a dramatic way with new card treatments, abilities, and the new version of Infect, Toxic. So if 14-year-old me looked at Infect cards with disgust and anger, why am I more excited for a Magic the Gathering set now than I've ever been before? And then we move into... The year is 2009. So.
Phyrexian text.
Ah, you noticed.
Of course I did.
Well, then
little shit.
Then I'll also show you that that's not the only time you're going to see Phyrexian text in that video. It's going to come up a couple of times. So, yeah.
You little fucker.
Anywho, so that's a brief look at what the next.
Hey, that's all you need, honestly.
What?
The mullet.
Oh yes, yes. I knew that video. I knew that photo would also get a lot of attention because I was like, I have a couple photos of me in 2009 and such, but I was like, nah. We're gonna use this one. So there we go. Let's catch up and chat here. We got a little bit of stuff here. So Ethereal Ashley, as someone who went to college for animation, all animation is dumb animation. All right, fair. You know what? That makes me feel a little bit better about it. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the stream. Ethereal Ashley, yes, in all caps, the mullet. Also, Joe, oh my god. Oh yeah, I guess Joe's never seen the mullet. So yep. That was 2009, 2010. Torsten at his peak, at his fucking prime.
Nothing has changed.
I'm still in my peak and prime. Hey, let's go, brother. Thanks very much. So, Ethereal Ashley, did you just destroy a card? He did it. He bent the card. Yeah, I did. And it's right there, sitting on the desk here. That is the Chained Throat Seeker that I completely fucking annihilated. The card is less than 25 cents. It's fine. I needed a card with the Infect ability to make my point. It's not worth fucking anything. Don't worry about it. So, Also, why is the lighting so dark? Because this is what I like. I like darkness.
He's an edgy bitch.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get some fucking black eyeliner and dye my hair black and cover one eye pretty soon here.
You had a band called Frozen in Alabaster.
I did indeed. It was, and you know what's funny?
It was edgy as fuck.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely was. We got the name from a title, a lyric in a song from Mariana's Trench, if you remember that band. I can't remember what it was. It was from one of their songs, but the line itself was like, "Please don't leave me here, in frozen alabaster." And then we just mixed up the word. Or Dylan initially, the guitarist, came to me and was like, "Hey, because we were Copperhead at the time, and that was a name given us by River, and then River left the band because." I'm sorry, River. He just wasn't very good. So we ended up being...
There's a reason I did not partake.
Well, you also didn't play any of the... Like, we didn't need a tuba player. So.
No. You could have been that innovative band that used a tuba.
That's true.
In a fucking rock emo band.
We could have.
But you never asked.
That's true. We never did.
Never did.
We never did.
Missed out.
I'm so sorry. Yes, we decided to go.
I would have said no anyway.
No, fuck. All right. Well, then, I was like, what could have been? Man, the song, what is it? The Falling Horizon? It would have sounded so different with a tuba accompaniment. God, that's why we didn't get onto the radio. Did I ever tell you that we tried to pitch that to 96.7, the rig in Whitecourt? Yeah, did I ever tell you what they told us?
Oh, they're like, no, you're not good enough.
Oh, pretty much. Oh, we
shut the fuck up.
It hurt. It was painful. We packed everything into the van, the old Chevrolet van.
Oh, the big one.
We powered down to Edmonton, got into a proper recording studio. We paid for 2 days worth. We stayed in a hotel. We recorded our single. We were on the top of the world. We were so fucking proud of that song. And when he gave it to us on our old CD, and we put it in the van, and we fucking played that thing, I don't know how many times on the way home. Fucking at the top of our game. We're so happy about it. And we got home. We pitched it to the rig. 2 days later, the rig sent us an email back, and they, in their kindest way, went,
"Fuck off.
This is not good enough to play on our radio station. This is Whitecourt, a city of maybe 5,000 people at its peak, something. I don't know.
I think with everything around it was like 15,000.
Maybe 15,000. Okay, but it's not a big town. It's not Edmonton. It's not Calgary. There's not a lot of people here. And
there's two radio stations. One's the country one, and one is the old fucking rock one.
Yeah, and that was it. Like old classic rock. So I was like, you know what? You're promoting a homegrown band, a band from your own town. Like, why would you not promote this? And like in their kindest way, they just went, "Your song is not good, and we will not play it." And we were like, "Fuck you guys! You don't know what's good music. You guys, you are the old people who just want to listen to classic rock. You're awful." Yep. And now I listen.
You were so pissed.
Oh, I was so angry. I was so unbelievably angry because we just spent so long.
Now looking back, like 10 years, 15 years, do you have the same? Are you still feeling the same way?
Mixed. So
mixed.
So I listened to the song yesterday because I had music shuffle on my phone just driving around, and it came up. And typically whenever that song comes up, I immediately skip. I just skip because I
cringe
because I'm just like, oh damn no. But I reached for the skip and I went. I just drove and I listened to it, and you know what? I've came to the conclusion: is it a bad song? No. Is it a good song? No. I would say it is. It is definitely. It's a song. It's a song.
It is one of the songs of all time.
Pretty much. It is one of the many songs that are out there. It's not one of those songs where I used to listen to it. When I listened to it, I would say it's cringe, and it was also perpetuated because both my parents have that song as their fucking alarm clock. So it's
what?
Oh yeah, they fucking love it. They're very proud parents of me and everything. Which is kind of fine and everything. But occasionally they would call me and they would just I'd be like, "Hello," and they would just start playing the song. And I'd be like, "Fuck you guys. I hate you. I hate you so much."
All I can see is your parents just like T-posing on you with that. Holy shit. That is like the most assert dominance thing I've ever fucking heard.
My mom's called me a couple of times where she's like, hey, I had to set an alarm because I had an important meeting this morning, and I got to hear your song again, because they don't typically set alarms. They don't really need to, but when they do, it's always The Falling Horizon by Frozen and Alabaster.
Lord.
So she'll call me and she'll be like, oh yeah, I got to listen to your song this morning, and I was like, why? And she'll be like, oh yeah, because I had to set an alarm. I had an important phone call or something. I was like, pick a different alarm.
Please.
God damn it. So, but yes, I would say, like, recording wise and everything, it's stellar because it was recorded in a proper studio. It's not like Perfect World where I recorded that in my fucking office with a Rock Band microphone.
Let's go.
And then it was mixed quotation marks and no mastering done whatsoever. Mastering is when I adjust a song so it sounds as good as it can on as many different systems as it can. So it sounds good on earbuds, professional studio speakers, just from the phone. That's what mastering is done. None of that was ever done. So I just mixed it to the probably those kinds of speakers there on the office computer, and that was it. And then you listen to it on the phone, you're like, this is so fucking quiet. Or you listen to it on these big massive speakers and you're like, this is awful, and it's not made for that. So but it still lives on iTunes, and I can't remove it because I don't know the fucking password. So so that one, I would genuinely say that is a bad song. It was recorded piss poorly. The lyrics are cringe. It's all around not well done. Falling Horizon, I would equivalent to it, or holy fuck English, equivalent to. Is that how I'm trying to say this? Equate it to the same as? Equate? That's what equivalent?
Yes, equivalent is the same.
All of the above. I would put it at the same type of level as whenever you get a full LP release of a band, like 11 or 12 tracks on a song, you have like 4 or 5 that are like the hit singles, and the rest of it is just filler because they had to meet a quota. I would put the Falling Horizon as a filler song for a full album. I would, if Frozen and Alabaster was to get back together today with Dylan, Noah, and we didn't have a bass player, but some other bass player, or it was me on bass again, because I played bass, rhythm guitar, and vocals when we went and recorded it, which was fine, but for live, we could never perform it live because we wouldn't have a bass player or the rhythm guitarist. So, but if we were to get back together today with another bass player, and we were to record a full album, Falling Horizon, the only reason that would be released as a single is nostalgia. Just be like, remember when we recorded this fucking over a decade ago? Here it is again. But
psych.
But if we changed nothing about it, we just recorded it as is, same lyrics, same key changes, same rhythm, everything, it would not be a single. It would be one of the filler songs on the album. That's what I put it at. It was, and the reason we even recorded it as a single is because we had a bunch of different songs on the go, but that was the first song that was
made and done.
It was made and done, and it was dead simple to play. It was super easy. The guitar literally played the same thing throughout the entire time. The only time the rhythm guitar ever changed was on the bridge, and even the bridge was pretty simplistic. The drum beat was the same. The bass notes were exactly the same. It was our deadest, easiest, simplest song to play. We could play that with our fucking eyes closed, and that's why we were like, this is a song we should record, because we don't have to think about it. Because we had like The Fallen was another song, Rise to the Top was another song, and we kept on making minor changes every time we played it. Like, what would this be? Like, this would be better, but we never did that with The Falling Horizon, and that's why we went, this is the one we should record, because we know exactly how it's supposed to sound. So,
one of the songs of all time.
Yes, it is a song. It's one of the songs. So, and yes, like some people are mentioning in chat, if you want to listen to The Falling Horizon by Frozen and Alabaster, it is on Spotify, iTunes, and anywhere else that music's available. And I will never see a dime from it because it's uploaded from an old account that I can't remember. Well, it's uploaded with my old email that got compromised with a password that I can't remember. So,
rip.
There's probably like maybe at most $30 of royalties sitting in that account that I will just never see, and I'm perpetuating a few more by talking about it. So, and I don't know,
I guarantee it.
I have no idea how many sales or like streams it's gotten on Spotify, and that's
can't look at it.
Yeah, because I can't look at it, and it's saved in a different filing system than my regular account. So fuck knows. But yeah, so if you want to listen to it, you can. But anywho. So now that I'm monetized on YouTube, going all the way back there, all the way back to that, I'm very happy. But the reason I got monetized is because I got an influx in views talking about the OGL, and like it feels. It's also like if you don't capitalize on trends, you're not doing yourself any kind of like services. So, but
that's like Twitch people playing the newest game.
Exactly. It's like even if you don't want to play the newest game, If you want consistent views, high number of views, which you can possibly turn over to subscribers or donations or bits and everything, you're not doing yourself any favors, but like, no, I'm only going to play the game that I want to play, which is like, I don't know, Street Fighter 4, and then you get like 50 viewers when you could be averaging like 500 on the newest Dead Space remake. So it's one of those things where like, if you don't follow the trend, if you don't follow where viewers in your niche, mind you, are going, you're not doing yourself any favors. You could be like, I don't do things for the views. Sure, you also don't make as much money as the people who are capitalizing on the trends within your industry. So who's really hurting at the end of the day? Like, yeah, you feel better about yourself, but you get a $50 paycheck and they get a $500 paycheck. You can't feel better about yourself for as long, my man. So, and just is what it is.
And that's kind of like me. Like I only stream when I want to and what I want to.
Yes,
which is why I'm not huge, and I'm okay with that.
Yes, but I would also say, and maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe you're going to come out of left field and disagree with me. But you're not aiming to be a content creator for a career.
No.
And there you go, and that's the difference.
If I was, I'd be taking things a lot more seriously.
Absolutely, and
I know within myself at this particular moment that's not a priority.
Correct, and that's fine, and that's the one thing is like, because if anybody comes in your chat and is like, you should play this game if you really want to grow as a streamer, you can confidently say like, but I don't really want to. So
I can confidently say, fuck off.
Yeah, and like maybe you lose that viewer for life. Oh well, you're not looking to grow. You're not looking to become a content creator. And like,
I'm here to stream because I find it fun.
And to be fair, that is where anybody starting off should start, in YouTube as well. If you want to make videos and everything, as soon as you start making content, you ask yourself, why are you doing this? If your answer is money, stop. Because you have no idea how much work it takes before you even see a cent. I just got monetized after 3 years of actually putting my nose to the grindstone and being like, what works? How do I do this properly? And even now I'm monetized. Like, finally, guess what? I make about 5 cents per day. My actual revenue is like between 5 to 10 cents per day. And
Pog?
It's a little bit higher.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. You know, fucking at the end of the day or at the end of the month, I'll make like $10 Pog, which was ironically my goal. I had said in my goals for 2022, I wanted to make minimum $10 in avenue or $10 in strictly ad revenue. Because when I look at my revenue right now, it's like your average revenue is $16. And I'm like, oh, but it counts my memberships. And I have 2 of those now. And it also counts the super chats, which I also got 2 of those. Yes. So it's like, okay, cool. But if I look strictly at just ad revenue, it's like, I think it's just over $1 now since I got monetized, rolling in cash. So if you want to become a content creator just because you're like, you see big vloggers and content creators that are making millions, and it's like, yes, they're making millions, but guess what? It's not because they just sat in front of a camera and recorded themselves like everybody and their grandma thinks they do. It takes so much work. And if you can put in that work and you're like, you know what, I want to make tons of money and I know it's going to take a long time, okay. That's different. You understand how much work it's going to take and what you have to do, and that it's a changing landscape and you need to change with it, because if you don't, you will falter. If you can understand that, then yes, you can make a lot of money. It is infinitely scalable, 100%.
But it also is infinitely hard.
Absolutely.
Because it depends on if you find where you need to be.
Yep. It depends on your niche. It depends on how often you upload. If you are strictly just doing YouTube, or if you're doing YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, if you have a bunch of different revenues, if you're doing merch, if you're making your own merch with your own art, or if you're paying for artists, which is also money out of pocket. And it's just, there's so many avenues of revenue that and different business things. And that's a big thing as well, is like once you get to a certain point, you can't treat it just like, oh, it's my personal YouTube channel. You kind of have to start looking at it as a business, and you have to treat it as a business. What makes your business grow? If you are treating your YouTube channel as a donut shop, you sell donuts, and people come to your channel or your shop for donuts. But suddenly if you're like, I'm really invested in salads, we're going to put salads next to our donuts and see how it is. Guess what? Your business is going to falter because people are going to be going, I'm coming here for donuts. And now you're giving me salads. This is not what I fucking want. And it's going to tank. And you're going to be like, I don't understand why this is tanking. I put just as much effort into my salads as I do my donuts. They came for donuts. Make two separate shops. I just.
You good?
No, there's so many aspects about content creation that I see people doing, and then they complain about it, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Self-inflicted pain.
Yeah. So, anyways, going back to chat for a second here. Ethereal Lashley, remember you can get Tor's music on iTunes because you can't take it down. Yes, I also can't take it down. Not only do I see no money from it, I also can't fucking remove it. One day,
Cringe stays forever.
At some point in the fucking far-flung distant future, I'm going to get access to both Perfect World and The Falling Horizon. I'm going to cash out my $50 that's accumulated over time. I'm going to fucking delete the whole thing, and no one will ever know about it ever again. And then, like, 10 years later, I'm going to release the remastered, the WinglessValkyrie versions, like Taylor redoing her entire album with Taylor's version, and it's going to sell like gangbusters, and I'll actually be able to fucking monitor it. It probably won't happen anytime soon, but
it will still be just as cringe.
Yeah, even if I re-record everything and do it properly, well, re-recording The Falling Horizon would still be proper, but nonetheless, if I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to be dead honest with you. The likelihood of that happening, slim. Not zero, but slim. I just got other things going on. I couldn't be bothered. Even if that shit was making like millions and millions of dollars, it's like, okay, well, that might be different. Then I might go under that. But if it's not. So
we don't really have to worry about that.
Yeah. So even if I get like $2 more out of this because someone's just sitting there on Spotify, like, this shit's awful, I'm going to play this out of hatred. Whatever. It is what it is. So catching up here. Joe, it would be the last song on the album. Sometimes the last song on an album is actually a banger. Sometimes the ending song is a pretty banger. I would say it's like track 5. It's like
smack dab in the middle, boys.
Out of 11 or 12 songs, it's track like 5 or 6. That's about it. It ain't anything special. That's okay. Excuse yourself. Save on recording time by doing the one that's the most reliable to play. Exactly. That was pretty much it. We had 2 days in the studio, and it's an expensive studio because it was a very good studio. And we're like, we don't want to be here for that long. We only got 2 days. Let's get this done. So the song's only like, I don't even think it's 3 minutes long. I think it's like 2 minutes, 49 seconds. It's a short song. So, but it was reliable. Dear Lashy, Tora, are you going to be running another D&D game sometime? Because like, I want to play D&D again. I miss it. I'm planning on doing either Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
Oh.
Yeah, the newest campaign that came out. It looks really interesting. I don't know dick about Dragonlance, but
it has dragon in the name, therefore you're interested.
Absolutely. But it's interesting because like a lot of it is the
and
same.
It has Dragon Queen.
Yes, Tiamat is also involved, but Tiamat's not called Tiamat. Tiamat's called like Takias, I think is her name.
Interesting. Spoilers,
it's not really spoilers, but it's her name's, I think it's Takias or Takias, something like that. But also in Dragonlance, she has a human form. Oh baby, her human form is smoking.
Yikes.
Not have to doing anything with the campaign. I just wanted to point that out, but it seems like a really interesting, and it's also, I would say Dragonlance is more my type of storytelling because there's very, very little magic in Dragonlance, and what magic is there is hunted. If you're a magic user, you are already have in the crosshairs. So it's
you're gonna have fun, Ashy.
Well, sorry, but it also has its own subclass for sorcerer that has to do with that. I can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Lunar?
I can't remember what it's called, but it. There's also a new race. Can't remember much about it. There's also, I will say though, there's new backgrounds in Dragonlance.
Ooh.
The background for Knights of Solaire or Solamnia is busted. Level 1, you can take the Knights of Solamnia background, which gives you a level 1 feat, which is the Squire of Solamnia. You want to know what this shit does?
Yes.
It gives you advantage on certain attacks, and if you hit an attack with advantage, you get an extra D8 damage to that attack. You can do this equal to the number of your proficiency modifier, which means at level 1,
you are a better samurai.
At level 1, you can give yourself advantage on certain attacks, and if you hit with an advantage attack, you can add a D8 to that damage, and you can do that twice, because your proficiency bonus at level 1 is twice. That's a level 1 fighter.
And then you just take fucking samurai and do it all over again.
Yeah, because this is a background. It's busted.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So, it's... woof. But that kind of goes back into a thing. It was like, because I saw a lot of people complain about Dragonlance is like 5th edition's power creep is getting really, really high with stuff like that. And it's like,
no.
Well,
it is, but it isn't.
The immediate answer I could see, but this is, as a dungeon master, this is a very simple answer for me. As a player, I can understand how it might not be, or as a new dungeon master, I can understand how this might be not. Is a lot of people being like, this is overpowered, and players are getting more and more stronger earlier and earlier, and it makes encounters and just role playing and such not as fun because they could do so much. As an experienced dungeon master, the easiest answer to that is scale up your encounters then.
Yeah.
If they are steamrolling through your encounters,
Throw a couple more in.
add more monsters to it. Change what monster's in there. If they're fighting a Mind Flayer and they're going to bust through it because they're broken at level 1, change the Mind Flayer for an Illithid. It still fits. It's still there. But an Illithid is like 2 times stronger than a Mind Flayer. It's like Mind Flayer's daddy just came home with the fucking belt. It's insane. And
And
like,
if that doesn't work, you just throw an Elder Brain Dragon at 'em.
exactly. If you really don't like it, or just add a couple of I can't remember what they're called, Intellect Devourers. Yeah,
No thanks.
That shit's a challenge rating of a half, but it also can just fucking feeble mind anybody if it latches on. And
No,
you're
it
done.
literally kills people.
I thought it feeble minded them. Does it just kill
No,
them?
it like replaces their brain.
Yeah, and I thought that was what caused the feeble mind.
No, it just fucking kills you.
Oh, okay, well, even better. So that's one of those things where it's like, as an experienced dungeon master, with everyone complaining about like how players are getting overpowered and there's so many new subclasses and features and abilities, it's just making them super strong early on. It's like, okay, sure, yeah, there's something to be said about that. But the easiest answer to that is, on your side, you are God. You control everything. If your players are a little too strong, then make your encounters a little bit more challenging. You don't have to run exactly what the book says. You can run it how you want. If you're trying to run it exactly as the book says because that's just how you want to do it, then that's fine. But then you don't really have a right to complain because you have the power to change it. But if you don't, you can't complain. And that's, I mean, overall, I just have a problem with people who complain about anything. And if you complain to me about something and you have the power to fix it, you don't have the right to complain. That's just, maybe that's just, because I'm a guy and I look for solutions to problems instead of just venting about problems. But that's just my biggest thing. People will come up to me, particularly at work, and they'll just want to rant and rave about something. And I will see that they talk about the solution, but they just don't do it. And I just go, why do you not do it? And they just because they can't be bothered. And I'm like, if you have the ability to fix the problem and you don't have a right to complain about it. And that's what I say to dungeon masters now complaining on Twitter about Dragonlance and how it's getting overpowering and everything. It's like, you have the power to change it. You are God. What are you complaining about?
I'm gonna have to take a closer look at Dragonlance because I had no idea about this bullshit.
Yeah, so it's good.
Yikes.
So I would say, yeah, if I'm gonna run D&D again, I would probably like to run Dragonlance, or, there's a big if, I'd like to try Storm King's Thunder again and just restart it from scratch, because I still want to finish it. I still think Storm King's Thunder is a good campaign, and especially now if I go back to it, there's a lot of stuff I changed about it the first time I ran it, because I ran one shot off the internet, and then I ran a custom one shot, and then I did Storm King's Thunder, and I just fucking
Which is not the best one.
Not a great idea.
And you did it with 7 people.
Yes, I also did it with 7 people, which was a bit of a rough idea, and not all 7 of those people were
there to play D&D.
Yeah, they were kind of there just because it was something to get them out of their other like life stuff, which is fine. It's fair. I get it. But there's a certain amount of effort you gotta put in, and it made things difficult. So yeah, there was a lot of things.
Maybe I'll bring Wayfinder back. Kappa.
Yeah, sure. Wayfinder's long lost cousin who looks exactly and sounds exactly the same.
Pathfinder.
Oh. Wow, what a meta joke that would be. Here I am playing Dungeons and Dragons. What's my character's name? Pathfinder, excuse me. Interesting. You introduce a character who's like really edgy and really weird and has got like weird fucking nightmares going on. I was like, oh, what do we call you? Call me Cthulhu. Excuse me? Fuck off. I saw a hilarious meme the other day too. It was someone posted on Twitter. It's that meme of like the 2 sketch dudes like just hugging it out. And one said 99% of Pathfinder players who still haven't found a path. And then the other one was 99% of Dungeons and Dragons players who haven't fought a dragon in a dungeon.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, that makes
True.
sense. That's fair. So, but the hilarious thing I thought about that, and I saw it. Someone said it in the comments before I could even respond. So I was like, "Fuck!" They took my joke. Is that there's a spell in D&D called Find the Path? And I was like, if only Pathfinder had that spell, if 6 is all your fucking problems. But somebody had already made that joke, and I was like, "Fuck you! Here's my upvote." Anywho,
Angie on upvote.
Yeah, Angie upvote. Okay, I know we're a little over time, but I want to talk about one last thing, if that's okay with you. It won't take very long, I promise. I swear.
I'm giving him the look right now.
I swear on behalf...
Y'all are going to know. This is going to be like 15 minutes.
I swear on behalf of Bahamut, this will not happen. I just want to talk about something hilarious. So, people on YouTube, you may or may not know about YouTube's recent changes to how monetization works and its swearing policies. you know, because we talked about it before, how you can't.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, we're fucking over an hour into this. It's fine now. But you're not supposed to swear in the first 8 to 15 seconds of a video. Hell and damn are no longer considered swear words, so thanks for that, YouTube. Appreciate it. But yeah, because they were considered swear words, and now they're not. Thank you, overlords. Yeah, that's fine now. That's monetization green. You're good to go. But yeah, so you're not allowed to swear between the first 8 to 15 seconds of the video, but you can after that. But if you swear consistently for a majority of the video after 15 seconds, you may still get demonetized.
Shit.
So, well, I don't know how much we sweared here, but it's probably a little bit here. Tor, one more thing. Jackson, fuck! Yes. Jackson, okay, start dinner with the stream minutes. I promise I'll let him go in a second. I just want to point out something hilarious. So, when I put enabled monetization on all my videos, YouTube, when you cross into YouTube Partner Program and it asks you, and it says like, congratulations, you're allowed to do monetization. We've deemed your channel as not like a flight risk or is uploading like reused content, because you could still make it to the YouTube Partner Program, but just not be monetized for a bunch of different
if you're
reasons.
like taking clips off of
yeah,
other
if you're
channels
strictly
and
a
stuff.
clips channel for other channels and you don't own those clips, you could still be in the YouTube Partner Program and get other benefits, but you can't monetize. And if you have a certain amount of copyrighted content, you can't monetize, which is why I deleted a bunch of my old videos because they were copyrighted, of course. So, but I saved them, so I still have them, so I can still watch them later and upload them or do something else with them later, but I can't put them on my channel because I don't own those songs. I don't own Michael Jackson Beat It. I don't own To Home Garden Beyond, but I still have those videos. But anyways, so when it asks you for monetization, it says you can manually go through all your videos, enable monetization, and place your ads where you want and do all of this yourself, or you can just let us do it and we will go through all your videos and we will enable monetization on all of them, place mid-roll ads where we think feels good, and enable skippable ads, and then anything that we deem not monetizable, we'll give you either limited ads, which is the yellow icon, or no ads, which is just red. So I was like, okay, I have over 200 videos. I'm not going to manually do this.
Oh, no.
Automatically. So it went through and it automatically monetized all my videos, and after it was like all videos are now monetized. You can go check which ones like are limited or full or no ads. And I was very interested because I was like, I think most of my videos are probably okay, but there's a couple videos where I immediately start off like for example, one of my OGL videos, I immediately start off right off the get-go. I've fucking had it with this company. This is the first sentence I say the moment that video opens, and I'm thinking, yeah, that one's probably not going to get... It's either going to be limited ads or just no ads, because first to 8 to 15 seconds, well, that's first seconds. It's probably not good. And then I counted through the video afterwards. I was like, how many times do I swear in this video? 24 times. So I was like, it's probably no ads whatsoever. That video, fully monetized.
Let's go.
Fully monetized. And you know what's better? Every single video that is not holding a different person's song is fully monetized.
Let's go.
I don't know why. Because they shouldn't be monetized. By YouTube's own rules, they shouldn't be monetized. And most people right now who are like dealing with problems with YouTube are dealing with problems where YouTube says you can't monetize this video because you're swearing the first couple of seconds or you swear throughout the video. And these content creators will be like, I don't swear in my videos ever. Why am I limited ads or
and
no
then you're
ads?
just here like,
and
money.
And I'm over here like, I fucking swear 24 times in this video, and I started off by saying I fucking had it with this company as my opening sentence, but I got the green check mark. I got the green, fully monetized, full ads, no limited or anything. And I was like, this must be a mistake. Like, YouTube's gonna come cracking down. It's like, why have we been paying this man full advertisement revenue for how long? Excuse me, what is this? So, I don't know why, but I've also learned by watching many other content creators, if you don't report something to YouTube, nothing happens. Because a lot of channels will, this happens very frequently now. A lot of channels have something happen to one of their videos. They'll get limited ads or no ads or get a copyright strike or something, and they will fight it and they'll report it and they'll say, hey, YouTube, you issued this. I don't think it's correct. Please look at it again. And YouTube will take a 20-minute video, and within 2 minutes of you sending that, they'll be like, nope, it was manually reviewed for the entire video, and we are correct on this matter. Listen, I watch videos at 2 times speed. You're either watching videos at 10 times speed to manually review that in video entirely, which you still like can't get the context for. So that's bullshit. It's not manually reviewed. It's automatically reviewed by bots. But the worst thing that happens is the moment you do that, 20 more of your videos immediately get checked by that same bot and just get unadded. So your best option, anytime YouTube says this video got a copyright strike or is limited to ads or anything like that, you just don't say a fucking word. You accept your lumps and you move on, because when you report it, YouTube then takes a fine-tooth comb to your channel and goes through everything and just starts demonetizing what it thinks is bad. So
Damn.
So at this point, I don't know why I'm monetized on most of my videos. I shouldn't, but if I get a demonetization on many videos, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? They didn't demonetize the other ones where they definitely should have. Take my lumps and move on. Because if you report it, then they're gonna come down with a fine tooth comb and be like, okay, what else can we get from you? And then I guarantee you, all those OGL videos are gonna go to either yellow or just flat out red. So
Then again, they're probably not as big now.
That's
now
also-
that things are calming down.
they got their peak of views, and then it kept on going up for a little bit while, especially since I uploaded the latest video where Wizards waved the white flag and went, we're not going to pursue this. I saw all those videos just tick down immediately, which makes sense because it's not an ongoing issue anymore. It doesn't really need to get any traction. So
Yes.
So even though they're still monetized, I don't think I'm going to be seeing a lot of money from it anymore because there's no views going to it anymore. It's not evergreen content. So, but anyways, I just thought that was a funny thing to note. That it was like, yeah, don't swear in the first 15 seconds unless you're talking about the OGL video, in which case, fucking go buck wild, I guess. So,
Turns out YouTube doesn't like Wizards either.
maybe that's it. Maybe YouTube was also looking at it, was like, you know what?
Fuck these guys.
We should be demonetizing you, but we'll let you cook. We'll let it sit there. No, let them cook. So, anyway.
Give him the pot.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I got for this one. You got any last minute things you want to talk about, speak about?
No, I was just going to say how we were excited for the pre-release coming, and we'll
Yeah.
probably talk about it next time we're up.
Yeah,
So,
because this week, well, I would say weekend, but we're going Friday now.
Friday.
Hopefully Friday. Do you know what your schedule is
Yes,
for
I
Friday?
should be good because I'm working on GEID, which means I have agricultural in the morning and then one afternoon, and then I'm done. I don't have to enter shit.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So I should be good.
6 p.m. should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Solid. Okay, because that was like...
I was very...
Yeah. Oh, man, we jumped around so much. It's like, let's do Saturday at noon, and then my shift changes. Like, okay, we can't do that. Let's do
Sunday.
Let's do Saturday at 5. Can't do that. D&D. Fuck. I'll switch to Sunday. I still have D&D. Fuck. Friday. And you're like, I may not be able to make it. It's like, shit, I literally can't do any other day. So, but now it should be good. So
Yeah,
that'll be good.
because I get fucked when it comes to my work because all the other guys there's two guys one day to Thursday. I'm the only guy working Friday besides my boss. And so that means I'm always on the shitty project on Fridays, no matter if I was the rest of the week.
Oh, damn.
But hey, it works out in this case.
Yeah, there you go. Hoorah. Ain't too bad this time, but I'm assuming that's something you can maybe change if you get like seniority.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I kind of get screwed, but at the same time, I also get a couple perks. You know, like if I was on the other project, I would have fucking 14 appointments that day.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But since I'm on GID on Fridays, I don't have that. It's not
Gotcha.
as busy. But
So-
then again, I don't make as much money, but whatever.
It's a give and take. Less money, but more time, and
Which I value a
yes,
lot.
you and me
So-
both. That's I anytime they offer shifts at my work, I never take them. I put in my hours that I need to, and I refuse to do anything more for that company because one, I really don't need to. I'm okay as is. I don't need the overtime. It would be nice, sure, but I value my time here and doing other things like filming and whatnot.
Not working.
Exactly. So, but anyways, that's it for us. Thank you guys so much for coming down to the podcast. Hope yourselves enjoyed yourselves. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. And if you enjoyed the podcast, be sure to tell us. If you didn't, sorry, that's backwards. I fucked that up. If you enjoyed the podcast, tell us. If you didn't, fuck. Why can I do this when it's just myself? If you enjoyed the podcast, there we go. If you enjoyed the podcast, tell your friends. If you didn't, you tell us. And we will see you guys all in 2 weeks' time. Have yourselves a good night, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Peace.